Hello, my name is Rudy Lucente, and I am coming to you from the Allen Organ Factory in Macungie. It's always a privilege and a pleasure to come up here and see what good things are going on at the factory, but in this case, it's really very special because I was asked to come up and experience instruments that are using the Apex tone generation system. Now, over the years, I've really enjoyed the advances in Renaissance technology and the GENISYS technology, but Apex is totally different. This is virtually a ground up to the apex, as it were, of a tone generation system. What I have found is that the substantial difference is in the definition of the samples, which was always pretty good, to say the least. I mean, I've certainly enjoyed it over the years. This, however, takes it to a whole new level because it is, in fact, a new system. Now, currently I am sitting at a two-manual instrument. This is the GX235. It's a new model. It is what I would call a modest two-manual instrument, nice spec, 41 stops, and that's without the GENISYS voices. And the advantage that the new tone generation system brings to an instrument like this is that it really allows any organist to really think about the music, not so much the tool that's producing it. The first piece that I'm going to play for you is the Bach All Men Are Mortal. I would have said that in German, but up here in Macungie, you don't try German unless you actually come from here. In any case, it will show off several things. You'll hear the oboe in the swell, and you'll hear the flutes in the great division. Normally, I would have trouble using the great flutes because the harmonic flute and the four-foot flute would actually, in essence, would overdrive even the softness of the oboe in the swell. But I'm actually able to use that harmonic flute, and it did not do that. It was able to be used as an accompaniment. But beyond that, suppose I wanted to reverse that. Again, the flexibility allows me to do a little bit of the Thomas Arne flute tune. An important thing about an instrument like this is, again, the system allows for the addition. As you know, this is now 41 stops, so there is a festival trumpet that does not couple, that is on the swell. And that, again, allows a two-manual instrument to really be very, very flexible and very much comprehensive in almost any situation. I mean, this is an instrument that if I were wanting to do, let's say, a dedication concert on it, I wouldn't have to worry about what music I was picking because I know that I've got the advantage not only of the 41 stops, but if I need them, I would have the Genesis voices. Now, I'm not using a Genesis voice at the moment. This is, so far everything you've heard is just literally part of the organ itself. So here's a little bit of the David Johnson trumpet tune. So you see, again, the flexibility in terms of various types of music or musical styles really is just so easily accomplished with this new system because of the high definition samples and the ability to have more stops and a very comprehensive instrument all around. I have just reached up onto the Genesis screen and changed the sample suite from the classic sounds, the classic Allen, to Cavaillé-Coll, or the French suite. Now, interestingly enough, what amazed me immediately is when I hit load on the new suite, I normally was waiting that a few 5, 6 seconds thereabouts for the suite to load. In this case, literally before I could move my hand away from the screen, it was done. It's an instantaneous load, which is another wonderful aspect of this because sometimes even in service playing, I've wanted to change suites, but you sort of don't want to take that chance in case something else is going to happen. I thought you'd like to hear a little bit of the French suite, and in this case, I'm going to just play a little bit of Campre's Regardons. Once again, I have reached up and changed the suite, and probably many of you would expect me at some point in time to be using the English Cathedral, and I have in fact done that. So we're now on the English Cathedral. And you know, what's interesting to me, as I've gone from suite to suite on this instrument, and I've tried some of the others, but for purposes of this discussion, what I can say to you is that I'm amazed at the definition and the distinctness of the sound of each suite. So there you have it, a new system, a new ton generation system entirely that really brings these instruments into a whole nother dimension. And it's been my privilege to come up here to Allen and be part of showing this to the world. Thanks again.